Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Passive Passion Online Income. In today's video, I actually wanted to discuss with you guys about this free 30 minutes call which you guys can have with me in order to get started with your shipping container business. Alright, so I've been getting a lot of queries. Now the thing is, see, I am not able to handle each and every inquiry that comes my way. Okay, I've got assistants in place and their job is to ensure that they give you the basic information. Having said that, when it comes to the nitty-gritty details of the operational processes, I understand it's important that you guys speak to me directly, but you have to understand that I only get on a call if I am sure of the fact that a person is serious to get started with this particular business operation. Only then do I entertain such requests that comes my way. Okay, so I've got assistants in place whose job is to make sure that they filter all the incoming inquiries and then only put those people in touch with me that are selected or that they feel are going to be serious enough to get started with this particular investment project. All right, so if that makes sense, then let me get started and move on to the next of the important points which I need to discuss in today's video. Okay, so what are the things that's going to be discussed in this 30 minutes call with me? To begin with, you will be thoroughly briefed with what the shipping container rental business is all about. Okay, you'll also be given details on which are the countries to focus on, with whom you can build and create your business association, with whom you can prepare your business deals with, what kind of countries to focus on, what kind of business contracts, what kind of business agreements that you need to be making. Okay, now there are two ways to look into this. One, if you are a person that wants to start this business as your own, you can take our mentorship program. Okay, I mean, it depends on how much of assistance you require, how much of coaching sessions you require. Okay, so it's all completely dependent on you. Okay, you'll be explained what are the different packages we've got, what sort of curriculum is going to be discussed or covered. Okay, and then accordingly you can make a decision. So the first option is you can do it on your own, set up your own company, create a really good Rolodex of people to work with, okay, in North America, in South America, and in Europe as well. Second, if you do not want to run this as your own business operational project, then you can become an investor. Okay, as an investor, your role is going to be limited because all that you're doing is you're investing in the containers, and these containers are then going to be subleased by our company to different individuals, to different companies that require it on a daily basis. Okay, and our job is to ensure that we collect the rents from these respective companies and send it to your respective bank accounts on a monthly basis. Okay, so that's how it actually works. So this is one thing which I really wanted to cover and explain. Next point, you will receive adequate information on both the different plans and projects that we currently have in place. So as you must have seen from some of my old videos, where I've spoken at length about what are the two different plans we have. The first plan that we offer is called the conservative plan. And what is a conservative plan? A conservative plan is a long-term plan where you can give your shipping containers to companies or individuals for a minimum of 5 years and maximum of 10 years. Okay, that's how it works. So these are companies that require these containers for long-term. All right. Now here you get to earn 30% returns per year. All right. Now the second plan is called the aggressive plan. In this plan, you can earn between 60 to 120% returns per year. Okay. Now you have to understand one thing. The aggressive plan is a short-term plan. Here, the kind of clients, individuals, and companies that we are dealing with are a completely different portfolio. Okay, these are people that do not need containers for a long-term period of time. They need these containers for a short-term period of time. When I say short-term period of time, they do not need these containers for more than 3 years. Okay, and in both these projects, conservative and aggressive plan, we only deal with brand new containers, which means once you get started with the projects, once the order has been placed, we get brand new containers manufactured from Texas in the US. And once these containers are manufactured, then they're deployed to all different states in the US, also in other North American countries, for example, Canada. We've also got some Caribbean countries, okay, where these containers are sent. Then some countries in the Europe. Now I won't be able to specify all of that in this particular video that I'm recording right now, because all these things will be discussed with you during our 30 minutes call. And one more thing, I'll only be having 4 slots available, okay, for this particular 30-minute call with you, where your inquiries will be entertained. So whatever doubts, whatever clarifications you require, okay, all of that is going to be entertained during this call. So just make sure that you've listed down all your questions before you get in touch with me. All right. Now, so coming back to the aggressive plan. So aggressive plan, like I said, is maximum for 3 years. Okay, it doesn't go beyond that, mainly because once the container starts getting old, they have to be sold off to a second-hand dealer or to a second-hand party. Okay, now you also have one very good option. Now, if you're an investor that has given us, let's say, a minimum of 25 containers and above, okay, and let's say your 3 years period of time is over, where your containers have been deployed to different companies or individuals, you've already received your rent for 3 years, and then now it's time to sell off those containers. You have an option. Option number 1, you can get these containers sold off to a second-hand party or to a scrap dealer, get the resale value, and exit. Option number 2, you can tell us to transfer all your containers into the conservative plan. So what I mean by that is, if you do choose option, let's say the second option, provided you have a minimum of 25 containers, okay, so take note of that. You need to have a minimum of 25 containers if you need to ensure that you utilize the second option or the second opportunity. So if you have these containers, then you can transfer, let's say if you've got 25 containers, then you can easily transfer them into a conservative plan and continue earning money from these old containers. So let's say earlier, initially you were earning between 60 to 120% returns per year in the aggressive plan. So in a span of 3 years, you made between 240 to 260% returns. Next, what you can do is, in the conservative plan, after transferring them to the conservative plan, the containers still continue earning and making money for you. The only difference is you'll be making about 30% returns per year. But still, it's better than having, the containers idle, or even if you sell it after 3 years or so, you'll be getting somewhere between, let's say, 15 to 20% of the resale price of the resale value. So it's much better to put all those containers into use by sending them to the conservative plan, where you keep making 30% returns per year. And the other good thing is, you can put these containers for use for the next 5 years, you see. So one more thing, when it comes to a conservative plan, you can go for a contract of minimum of 5 years and maximum of 10 years. So that's a great thing, you see, to look into it. So yeah, that's how you can utilize that all your containers are maximized in terms of the returns, in terms of rentals, for the maximum number of years that you can put them out into use. Okay, because as I said, although it's an asset which brings you good returns, it also depends on you on how you can keep utilizing these assets even in the years when it's not going to be part of the aggressive plan. All right, so like I said, all of these aspects of the business operations is going to be discussed with you during the 30-minute call that you'll be having with me. Once all the doubts and questions have been clarified, then we'll be moving on to the terms and conditions of the contract and agreement, and then we'll tell you how the payments are going to be made. Then within 14 to 16 business days, your containers are going to be manufactured and then deployed to the respective companies and individuals who want to lease them out from us. And once that's done, on the following month, you start earning your monthly rentals as well. All right, guys, so this is what I wanted to clearly explain and elaborate on this particular video, so that you know what is the call going to be all about. Okay, so like I said, there's only going to be 4 slots. Okay, and if you're really interested, you can reach out to us. Probably my manager would send you the appointment details. Okay, and then we'll take it forward from there. All right, guys, so take care. God bless. We'll be in touch with you. Cheers.